Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you this afternoon? I am pretty good. It is about 2:30 Central Time, and I am at a Pilot truck stop in Plymouth, Indiana. When we last talked, I was in Brazil, Indiana, at a Pilot, and I was going to bed. I got up on time, and I was out of there by 9:30 Central, and I got to where I needed to be at that place at a little after 12. I think it was like 12:20. And I'm kind of glad I didn't go ahead and drive up last night and wait in their yard because, well, they really didn't have an overnight parking spot, even though it said they did. I guess I could have parked in their driveway. But I don't think I would have made it because there was a lot of construction on US 31. Especially around Indiana and Indianapolis. And I forgot, just like around Chicago, Indianapolis is, 55 miles an hour, and their construction zones are down to 45. So it was all in all a good call. I got over there and pulled up, and the guy walked out and waved me over to where to park, and I get out and gave him my bills, and he signed them, handed them back. I said, go ahead and take everything off. The guy's eating lunch. He'll be right out. So I did. I got out there, took everything off, all the tarps, the 2 steel, 2 canvas, all the chains and straps and stuff like that to keep it all down. And got it all put away. It took about 45 minutes to get it all put away. And it was just hot. But it was easy. It wasn't that bad. I think it took me longer to negotiate around the coils than it did anything else. I had actually shot a video of me undoing everything and putting it away. Set up the camera and everything, and then when I went to get the camera after it was all unloaded and I put the friction mats away, I checked it and the camera crapped out about 20 minutes into it. So all you got to see was me folding the 2 4-foot drops. That was it. I don't know if the camera on my phone has a timeout for length of time, or it was too hot outside because it was in the direct sunlight. The video looked pretty good for what I could see. So I was just so much have to wait to get my GoPro before I started shooting those kind of videos, because I really do want to shoot some of those videos of me loading and unloading stuff to post, and of course some road trip videos. I gotta have some money first. Well, after I got done, I sent him an empty call, and I got an immediate response telling me that there were 17 trucks in the CHZ area, whatever that means. I guess it's the greater Chicago hellhole. And they were short 14 loads, and I was number 10 on the list. And I said, bugger me. So I did a quick search, found 2 truck stops. There was a Marathon down the street, which I saw. But going north, there was this Pilot in Plymouth. And I figured, you know what, I'm probably going to end up going north to load, take a calculated risk, and head up this way. Got parked, and just as I got parked, I got my load call. Sure enough, coming this way was the right gamble. I got to go to Leipzig, Ohio, to US Steel, and I got to pick up a single coil. It says it weighs 40,000, and it's going to Madison, Mississippi, and it's due on Friday morning. Actually, it's due anytime on Friday. It's about 800 miles altogether, including the empty miles. It's about 125. I did about 15 of those, and according to Jill, I haven't talked to Diesel about it yet or checked Google Maps. It's about 116 more miles, so that's pretty close. But the special instructions list that you have to come in a certain way into the plant, and I'm not sure whether the Jill's automatic tracking has that built in. Probably not. So I'm going to use Diesel to find the place, and I'm going to use Google Maps to figure out where the correct entrance is. And once I have that, then I will reset both the other GPSs to the correct spot where I pull in. and then get over there. I don't have to be there till 1900 Eastern time. That's 6 o'clock Central. I got a little bit of time. I think I'm going to go in the pilot here real quick and transflow my bills and take a really quick shower and change my clothes. I think that sounds like a plan. Good evening, YouTube. How are you this evening? Well, my plan didn't go as planned. I went ahead and got all my stuff ready for take a shower, and then I got to looking at the clock, looking at the time, and thinking about the route that I was going to have to take to get to Leipzig, and decided just to pull in, transflow real quick, and leave. And I'm glad I did, because it took 3 hours to go 131 miles, I think it was. I had a really bad accident in some little town. Not really a little town. It was a little town, but it had a 3-lane divided highway running through it, and there was an accident in the middle lane on my side. It was backed up for like 5 miles and took forever to get through it. I got to Leipzig literally on time. I mean, I was 1 minute away from the appointment time. But not that that mattered, because I ended up sitting in line to check in at the guard shack for 40 minutes. So I pulled up, checked in, they got my bills on what I was getting, and got the directions to where I was supposed to go, because I'd never been there before, and pulled around, and I pulled up to the door, and there was a truck in there. So I hopped out and built my cradle. It is a single shotgun coil, weighed 39,000 plus. I built my cradle and pulled the securements and everything for a shotgun coil, which is what they told me it was going to be. And but I built it for heavier weight than what it was going to be. I'm not really sure why I did it at the time. I just did. So I built it with 6 coil cradles, 4 chains, and 2 straps, which is about 8,000 pounds more than it really needed. But hey, you can always secure more than what's required as long as those securements are correct. So once I got the cradle built, got half my securements out, the guy in front of me pulled out, so I hopped in the truck and pulled forward and got in the bay, and he already had the coil on the crane. I didn't have to wait. It took him 5 minutes to get it over and center it and put it in place. However, I didn't notice it when he did put it on until later, that I guess he jerked it a little bit to the side or something, because it's just a tad bit cattywampus, just a little bit tilted left to right, so it's not perfectly straight down the trailer. But it's not critical to the load itself. It's not going to hurt it. It doesn't hurt the way it drives. So after you put it on there, I threw a strap on it, pulled out of the bay onto the little side road that they have there at US Steel. I didn't know that I could go all the way down to the park, to the tarping area, and secure there. He told me to pull out and secure. Well, so I did. I pulled out and secured right there on the side of the road, and I was getting ready to throw the tarps on. In fact, I was getting them out of the boxes, and a little guy in a golf cart came by and said, "Hey, you can do that here if you want, but there's a gravel tarping area down the way down there. A bunch of other trucks down there tarping." I said, "Okay." So I went ahead and put the tarps on the trailer and drove down there. And I got down there, and there was another Maverick there, and I had seen that there was a Maverick there. He was in line ahead of me, and I saw him on the check-in list. He's going to the same place I am. I didn't catch his name, and if I did, I don't remember it. I do remember he was driving a 13. And he asked me if I had a student, and I told him, no, I don't have a student. Not yet. I'm waiting to go to this radio class. So, but I got there, and I had like 5 hours available on my clock, and I guess we're closer to 6. And with the 40-minute wait time and then the 20-minute or so waiting to get the coil on, I burned up a lot of time. But it only took me an hour and 5 minutes to secure and tarp. And that's not taking into account the time it took me to drive down to the second area after it already gone to the first one. So I guess probably an hour and 10 minutes total. And I got a really nice looking tarp job. Looks really, really good. There's a little cattywampus in the back because of the timbers from the shotgun coil, but it still looks really, really good going down the road. It doesn't wave hardly at all. And the coil is almost too big for a single 4-foot drop. So I started looking. Once I got out of there, I had 2 hours and 45 minutes of drive time available. I started looking for a place to park. And of course, you know me, I started looking for pilots and flying J's right off the bat. I wasn't finding any. So I started driving. Now there was one 21 miles down the road. There's a pilot. Oh, it was a flying J. 21 miles down the road, but my route didn't take me close enough to it. If I had gone to it, it would have been added like 15 miles to my route. So I decided to head on down, and that's when that was my mistake. I think I should have gone to the first one. I ended up doing about 130 miles. I'm down here in Franklin, Ohio at a pilot, and I pulled in here with two minutes left on my 14 and my drive clock. I checked 6 truck stops on the way down once I got on 75. I checked a TA, I checked 2 Loves, I checked another pilot and another Flying J, and then looking for spots. There were no spots. There wasn't even any preferred parking. Even at the TA, didn't have any preferred parking. And I got here and there was no preferred parking available. I already knew that, according to the Flying J, Pilot Flying J app. And but I was going to pull in here and park wherever, just cause I needed to park. And I got here, and just as I was pulling in and I was looping around, I saw a space and I was going to back into it, but I needed to turn around to get it. And as I came around to do the turnaround, there was this easy access straight pull in spot right here in front that I either missed or didn't see as I pulled in. And I got in here, and I got in just as another guy was going to try and get it. And I pulled in here. He wasn't too happy, but he's got a van, so he can find something else. But this place has already overpacked since I got here. They're parked in the fire lanes, they're parked in the exit, and everywhere. It's ridiculous. I never did get my shower at the other pilot, like I said, because I looked at the time and said, you know, I need to go ahead and go. So I'm glad I didn't, because I know when I walked in there to Transflow, there was a line for the showers. I got here. I'm not here. I am going to take a shower. I desperately need one now. You see, I'm wearing my safety shirt. I had to change for U.S. Steel. But so that's it. I got about 710 miles to drive to get to Madison, Mississippi for Friday. It's almost all interstate. There's some state highway when I get closer in, but they don't have overnight parking. So I need to go take a shower. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna go bed and get up in the morning. And during my DOT break on the way, I'm gonna find where I'm gonna stop. Because there's a couple of truck stops around it. I'm not sure what they are, and I need to start looking. I want to be as close as possible tomorrow. Excuse me. So I don't have that far to drive Friday morning to unload. And maybe get something that will get me through the weekend that's got plenty of miles. Say 1,000 or so. Maybe even a Saturday delivery. It's unheard of, but we have them occasionally. I'd take that. 400 miles Saturday delivery. So as it stands, I got roughly 1,400 miles for this week once this delivers. So that's it. I guess I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. So keep the shiny side up, 73s, and I'll chat at you later. Bye.